This is Southern Cross News with Rachel Williams.
Good evening, everyone. Tributes are flowing tonight for a 49-year-old Sorell man who died during a car rally near Scottsville late yesterday. The single vehicle crash occurred around 5:30, with the man's navigator also taken to hospital.
Sorell's Darren Clark was known for his love of rally car racing, but last night his life was cut short. The 49-year-old had been racing his Mazda RX-7 along Williams Hill Road, Forrester, in the first Scottsdale Classic Rally, when he lost control, colliding with this tree stump. He and his navigator were both removed from the car. An ambulance on standby and other rally participants began first aid, but Mr Clark died at the scene. In a statement today, rally organisers, the North West Car Club, said its thoughts are with the family and friends of the crew and everyone who assisted at the scene. Mr Clark has been described as a true gentleman, an all-round top bloke and a fierce rally competitor. He was also a respected member of the 500 Car Club of Tasmania, the group saying he was a stalwart for abiding by rules and being fair to all. Mr Clark's 33-year-old navigator Keegan Buckley was brought here to the Launceston General Hospital following the crash. Police say he's in a stable condition with what's suspected to be multiple fractures. The Scottsdale Classic Rally was immediately cancelled after the incident. The Confederation of Australian Motorsport and Tasmania Police are now investigating. A report will be prepared for the coroner. Monica Dadson at Southern Cross News.
Tasmanians could be in for a lengthy state election campaign following the Liberal government's release of a future action plan. In his keynote address at the annual state conference, the Premier made target promises if the party is re-elected, the opposition slamming the plan as a list of false deliverables.
A keynote address from the Premier to the party faithful, the last before Tasmania heads to the polls.
I want Tasmanians to understand well before the election what a new majority Liberal government would look like, what we stand for.
A blueprint plan of 43 objectives to be delivered through policy announcements in the lead up to the expected March election.
Building a stronger economy and creating more jobs remains the number one priority of my government.
Acknowledging a tight race with the Labor opposition spruiking the current majority.
They may have a more popular leader. I accept that. But what they don't have is a strong and unified team.
The red Labor leopard never changes its green spots.
We will campaign for majority government, and what is clear from recent polling is that whilst Will Hodgman claims he's the only party that can deliver that, that's no longer the case.
The opposition slamming the action plan as a booklet of empty promises that should be the targets of today.
It is not good enough to say, in the next 6 months, while I am the government, I might tell you how I'm going to deliver things if you elect me again.
But the Greens say both parties are avoiding a major election issue as gaming and poker machine policy is promised before polling day.
And the Greens, so far, are the only voice who are standing up for Tasmanians who want to see the social and economic misery of poker machines ended.
Jacqueline Robson, Southern Cross News.
Two 21-year-olds from Launceston have had their cars clamped for 28 days after being caught travelling almost double the speed limit in a residential area overnight. The two men were caught driving 108 kilometres per hour in separate cars through Campbelltown's 60 kilometre per hour zone. Both vehicles were intercepted soon after 10 o'clock last night. Police say both drivers will be charged. Devastated Tasmanian families are again pushing for the federal government to put a life-extending drug on the pharmaceutical benefits scheme. On Friday, a medication which helps people with cystic fibrosis was knocked back for a third time. But those affected say they'll keep fighting for it to be subsidised.
Every morning and every night, 11-year-old Luke Emery has to breathe in medication through his nebuliser. He also has to take at least 7 tablets a day to ensure his cystic fibrosis stays under control.
Sometimes I really wish that I didn't have CF.
There is no cure for the disease, which primarily affects the lungs. Luke is one of around 1,000 Australians who could benefit from a new drug called Orkambi. But a third attempt to get the $260,000 a year medication listed on the PBS has again been rejected.
This medication is one of the first that can treat the underlying cause of CF for Luke's gene type, and that can improve his quality of life. So it's very frustrating that we can't access it and help him.
Unfortunately, it does come down to the price negotiations between the pharmaceutical company and the government, and it seems that they haven't been able to reach an outcome.
Studies have found the drug can reduce hospital visits for people with CF by 61%. It can also slow down lung damage and reduce antibiotic use.
This being approved will change an 11-and-a-half-year-old's life and thousands of others. So.
How can we have a medication available for use that we can't access that can save his life?
The Emerys say they'll keep fighting for Orkambi to be subsidised.
This is everything that we could hope for at the moment, other than a cure.
I'd be pretty happy as long as it didn't taste bad.
Monica Dadson at Southern Cross News.
The story of a 16-year-old Tasmanian whose life was dramatically changed after she was hit in the head by a hockey ball is being used to raise community awareness. Ellis Story is the first in a series of short movies to be produced featuring Tasmanians impacted by brain injury. The aim is to highlight a broader message that brain injury can happen to anyone, anywhere, at any time.
I was told I was only unconscious for just around a minute or so, but when I came to, I was a bit like I didn't know where I was, like what happened to me.
The video release coincides with Brain Injury Awareness Week, which kicks off tomorrow.
The Launceston Tornadoes are through to the Siebel South Conference final after defeating the Rangers by 5 points in Dandenong this afternoon. The Tawns coming back from 17 down at one stage to pull off another incredible come-from-behind win.
Taylor Roberts got things going from downtown for the Tawns, but from there the visitors looked out of sorts, with Dandenong dominating at both ends of the court. A late three from the home side hurting the Tawns as the Rangers took a 10-point lead at the first buzzer. Jade Brasendale tried to provide the spark when play resumed, but Dandenong couldn't miss from behind the arc, extending the lead to 17 as things began to look grim for the visitors. Roberts showing the side wouldn't be bullied down in the paint. Then, just as she's done all year, a gutsy Lauren Nicholson led a Tawns resurgence. And when their captain finally got one to drop from long range, the visitors were back within 4 points. Nicholson came out strong in the third, but so did the Rangers, blowing the lead back out to 12. The Tawns refusing to say die, Rebecca Abel nailing a crucial three just before the buzzer to trail by just 5 points heading into the last. Defensive pressure finally forcing some Dandenong errors and allowing the Tawns back to within one. Two clutch threes then giving the visitors the edge and setting up for a heart-stopping finish. With less than 30 seconds to play and the Tawns up by 3, Dandenong had one last roll of the dice but couldn't convert. With the Tawns holding on for the win, setting up a South Conference final showdown with the Braves in Bendigo.
Back home, and the best go-kart drivers from around the state have converged at the Southern Tasmanian Kart Club in Orielton for round 3 of the statewide series, Tasmania's premier karting event.
Yeah, we got competitors aged from 7 in the smaller cadet classes and competitors up to around the age of in their 50s competing in the Masters.
The 4-round series wraps up at the Archville Raceway in Turners Marsh in September, where the best drivers from throughout the year will be crowned statewide series champions. Tasmanian Corey Cadby has almost pulled off another amazing victory against World Darts powerhouse Phil Taylor. Cadby beat Taylor in Auckland last week, but at last night's Melbourne Darts Masters, the man they call the Power was too good for the Tasmanian sensation, with the 16-time World Match Play champion edging out Cadby in the deciding game to progress through to the semi-finals of the tournament. Gracious in victory, however, Taylor went on to label the young Tasmanian as the future of the sport.
Good evening. Hobart reaching the state's high today with 15 degrees. A sunny day in Launceston, 13, Burnie also 13 and 12 in Devonport. Friendly beaches recorded 14 today, 13 at Wynyard, Maria Island, St Helens Grove and Bushy Park. Lowhead 12 along with Strawn and both Flinders and King Islands. Lyowini reached 5 degrees. Extensive cloud is circulating around a low pressure system near the Bight. Lower level cloud is over the southeast and southwest of Australia. The remainder of the country is cloud free. On the close-up, there is extensive low-level cloud over western and southern Tasmania, and more patchy cloud covers the northeast. Tomorrow, the high-pressure system will move slowly east, but continue to extend a ridge over Tasmania. The low-pressure system will move over Adelaide, while a high-pressure system builds over Western Australia. A front located in the Southern Ocean will move slowly east. To the coastal waters now, north to northwesterly winds reaching 20 knots in the west, increasing to 25 knots in the southwest later in the evening. Seas mostly 1 to 1.5 metres. Cloudy tomorrow for Hobart, 14, Dover 13 and cloudy, Ouse 12 also cloudy with an early frost. Launceston and Devonport 11 and showers, Scottsdale showers and 10, Burnie and Stanley showers 11, Strawn 12, a shower or 2. St Helens cloudy 13, Swansea 15 and Ross 11 and cloudy. Looking ahead to Tuesday now, showers about the north and west extending to the south during the afternoon and evening, mainly fine elsewhere. Showers falling as snow above 700 metres on Wednesday. Thursday, showers about the west, far south and Bass Strait Islands, fine elsewhere. Tomorrow, a shower or 2 for Perth 18, Sydney 19 and cloudy, a few showers for Melbourne 12, sunny in Alice Springs and Darwin and a possible late shower for Brisbane.
Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week. Good night.